Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. We're back for some more Oxygen Not Included. Hope you're doing well. Ayla, Evo, Charlie, Kelly. Yes, it's another bonus stream because I'm going to be gone the week the DLC comes out. So this is bonus stream number 2 out of 2. Because the last one was double length. But yes, hope you're having a good day. I've had a good day. We have a bit of a quandary. So, first of all, everyone's owed a load of skill points. So let's go through these really quickly. But, essentially, what the situation is, we need gold to actually do the Bleach Stone Hopper. We only need a little bit, but we do need at least some. I'm just going to give you Ranching 2, even though you don't actually have the interest in it. You've already got Ranching 1. We need ranches. But, essentially, we're going to need gold, which means we might as well actually get it from refining Gold Amalgam, because we have a metal refinery. It's not a lot of heat. And we have access to Regal Bammoths. We have lots of tallow, so making squash fries shouldn't be a problem. I wasn't originally planning on doing this, but I don't think there's any really good reason not to. Tallow is also very efficient for food production, and I'm slowly realizing that. I think I have just consistently underestimated Spigot seals for the entire duration of the Frosty Planet Pack. I think the reality is I'm more unhappy with nectar trees than Spigot seals. But that's fine. Anyways, I believe I need to empty the bathrooms. Do I? I just extended the loop. Maybe I don't need to do that at the moment. But, yeah, I think what I need to do is I actually need to make some plume squashes so we can get some squash fries. Now, this plant only grows to -14 as well, and it's obviously way too hot over here. I'm going to need to put some more plants over here. That's the actual answer to the question. So, let's go ahead and do that. I'll put some more mesh tiles over here, I guess, and then put some more farm tiles down here. How wide is this bit? This bit is 24, so I'll just put the door up to here. That sounds good. Hello, Connectien. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, considering how little tallow you actually use for cooking, obviously, if you're using it to make biodiesel, that's not super mass efficient, but for cooking, with other food sources, it's goated. Even though the deep fryer foods aren't the highest quality, it's just going to completely solve your calorie problem forever if you have even a modest amount of Spigot seals. I like it a lot. But yeah, let's actually go ahead and put some plume squashes here. That'll be a good start, won't it? I'm just going to relax today. I'm going to be really honest with you. I met some relatives for lunch and it was really nice. I may have had a bit too much wine. But that's okay. We're just going to hang out. I kind of wanted to get George doing something as well, maybe. I'm just doing so much damage, gas nuking and everything with my war crime. Lava spilt, we had to quit run because game bugged that hard talking about Warframe. Okay, I don't know anything about Warframe. That's fine. I have heard people say good things about Warframe. Are you actually tending any of these? You are tending some of these. That's good. So we're just getting a 50% boost to some of our things. That's actually going to make a big difference. Thank you, Wild Grubgrub. Damage big, rocket kaboom, monkey brain go happy. Yeah, I was just trying to get the loot boxes done for this weekend's Overwatch event as well, and that was fine. I'm going to dig this out as well, mostly just because I want the metal. This is easy metal, and there's no real reason for us to not dig this out. You will have to build the farms first, that's okay. Now, what atmosphere do plume squashes want? Do they care? They like carbon dioxide as well, that's fine. Do they actually have a maximum pressure? It's a nosh sprout. Well, they probably do. Most things have a maximum pressure for fairly sensible reasons. Brain machine is off again. Weird. I really don't understand why the brain machine isn't being consistently powered. I think our power is running a little bit low at the moment. That's okay. What's the long commute situation again? Oh, I know what else we're going to do today. We were threatening to do this a while ago and we never did. I'm actually going to go out into space and we're going to go and... A, grab some snow. This isn't actually a lot of snow, the tiles are pretty small. But B, I'm just going to set up a telescope and we're going to actually scan space and maybe set up a CO2 rocket so we can find the friggin' Gassy Moos meteor. I think that'd be a good idea. The Sweetles are doing pretty well. They are multiplying successfully. Well, they would be if they were actually getting cozy. I think they will figure it out slowly. Has anyone else been finding that critters don't always get cozy? I feel like relying on it is kind of bad at the moment. But yeah, our Sweetle population is increasing a lot. Our sucrose stocks have actually almost completely run out. So this is some pretty good timing for it. I want to actually get some more Brackene going as well. We are currently feeding these guys Brackene. I think I will hook the pipe up elsewhere. What temperature does Brackene freeze at? I am definitely going to experiment more with Brackene later on. So it freezes at about -20. We've been heating this up with polluted water, so this should be fine now. So this should also be fine, because we've heated the base up now. So this no longer needs to be insulated. And I think what I'll do is I'll probably send it like this.
Killer fish.
Hello, Uglibis.
Killer fish from San Diego. I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Hope you're doing well. What are you up to today? It's a Sunday and I had some time, so I thought I might as well. I thought I might as well stream. I am beginning to realize I'm running out of time to do this bonus video for you all. There we go. So you should get fed unless we decide to put more than 7 Sweetles in here. And we will do that once everyone's bred up and we have lots of excess Sweetles. This one... What I could actually do is I could hook it up so it only lets the Sweetles in when we have more than a certain amount. I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this permanently. And then we're going to let the Sweetles accumulate in here for a little bit. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, we need that sucrose now. So, yeah, as we've talked about before, Spigot seals eat a lot compared to Sweetles. So, we need slightly more than 3 Sweetles for every Spigot seal. And I think at some point we will have to turn our wood stockpile into... I actually got rid of it from the menu because we have too much wood. We're going to have to get rid of it at some point and turn it to ethanol to feed all of these plants. But that's okay. Right, priority 9 on this, please. I do want to make some progress on this. We're going to make squash fries. We have a deep fryer in the kitchen now. Why is this outside of a kitchen? What's wrong with you? Oh, it needs a spice grinder. Well, I'm just going to stick that here then. Do we have any use for spice? Do you reckon Clay are ever going to release more spices? I think as more and more similar plants and materials get released, there should be a wider variety of spices. Just add one each DLC. $5 DLC for more spices. Wait, no! We actually put gas in there. Oh, no. Oh, that's sad. No, whatever, I don't care. Let's see. Stations. No, food. Spice grinder. There we go. I'm gonna put that there because it makes me sad. I think I am actually gonna have some refrigerators in here, just straight up. And then, what am I gonna actually put in here? Probably nice foods. That would be an aim, right? Have we just not made any nice foods that require fridge storage? That's very funny. I'll tell you what, put nosh beans in this one and put pinch of peppers in the other one. Let's do the ingredients. Does gas range have an empty storage option? It does, I just didn't click it. We will do stuff with this at some point, but not... Maybe today. Probably not today. George is nearly ready to join us. We just need to make the actual foods. You don't need any more polluted water. Our sulfur geyser tamer that we built yesterday, or last time, is kind of working. We're starting to cool the sulfur down. We're aiming to cool it down to 30 degrees. We have a liquid pipe of coolant that's running through here. That should gradually be working. I feel like this could definitely be more conductive. What I might honestly do is add an aluminium tile here. That should help. And maybe one here too. I think that would be a good idea. In fact, I could just put them in all 3 bits. Although, I don't want to block off access to the auto-sweeper for obvious reasons. Let's see how that goes. Loki, Gold, PPP, and APP don't need gas range at all. Yeah, but we need it for George. Because he only likes the highest quality foods. The quality has got to be 4 or greater, so it would have to be at least a fish taco or a shellfish tempura for it to come from the deep fryer. Which we currently do not have, because obviously we don't have fish around. But, and you need the sleep wheats as well, and we need, yeah, we need the sleep wheats as well. Or, what's the alternative? Megafron grains. Yes, that's true. Yeah, each recipe requires, what? 1 kilogram of tallow, 1 kilogram, 2.4, 2.4. We have literal tons of tallow from our spigot seals. Seems good. We also have 13 wart seeds. Do I care about that? Maybe. Anyways, let's actually start just planting plume squashes in here. If we need to make squash fries for the Bammoths, this is pretty non-negotiable. So each Bammoth eats 1,350 calories of squash fries per cycle. And if we look at the deep fryer, this requires 4,000 calories of plume squash and 1 kilogram of tallow. Oh, I definitely talked about the ratios of this. I suspect this many plume squashes, even not getting fertilized, should be enough. Oh, what's going on here? This isn't good. There's definitely some mercury melting shenanigans going on here. That's probably fine. I suspect this will be enough plume squashes for 1 Bammoth ranch. We only have 6 Bammoths per ranch. But we'll just feed them with the feeder. But we've got to actually make the squash fries first, so let's speed it up a little bit. Let's get back into space. This liquid seal is fine. So we want the... Oh, let's research the enclosed telescope. That seems fine. Yeah, that'll do for now. Tech should be pretty quick. I forgot to plug the friggin' hydrogen power back in. That's not very helpful, is it? Okay, good. Glad I remembered that. Tidying. I'm just going to give everyone all the skills now. I think we should be fine. Something else I have thought about. We are going to take this playthrough into the Aquatic Planet Pack to see how easy it's going to be to retrofit everything. Something I am dreading is the transformer situation. I did not leave a lot of room for transformers. It may be that I relocate the transformers, but where would I put them? I could potentially put them all over here. There are going to be steam power plants here. But we're going to make a new spine with the large power transformers and with the plastic. Because we're accumulating a good amount of plastic. That being said, it's 25 kilograms per tile of insulated wire. So that's only going to be like 300 tiles worth of wire, which is not a lot. Very interesting. I think potentially insulated gas pipes or insulated wires are going to give more of a reason for mass production of plastic now. Right, you can still reach everything here. That's good. Okay, it looks like this is heating up pretty well. What I will do as well, because we have more aluminium now, I'm going to make all of this aluminium. Because I'm beginning to think the conductivity of this room is going to be the constraint. Now, it looks like this is filling up with steam. That's good. We do have a single tile of oxygen. So what I will probably have to do is come over here and do some tiles here. These should activate fairly soon. Now, I plugged these steam turbines into the same wires as the solar panels. I think that will be okay. I guess we'll find out. Obviously, this is currently using a lot of power. I am also going to have to disconnect these wires and put some more transformer spines down here. So I'm going to need 2 more consumer lines. So that will be this and this. I believe I could still plug in one of those. But we need to do this before the Iron Volcano turns back on. Because we're going to have a brief period where both the Iron Volcano and the Aluminium Volcano are erupting together. So go ahead and do that. We may need to actually do this once the Iron Volcano starts erupting. Which will be... well, that's going to be in 17 cycles. I think we'll be alright. We got time. We're not wasting any more power, are we? Not anymore. Good. Okay. Blue squashes grow pretty quickly. 9 cycles. It's not very quickly. Well, it's quicker than the friggin' nosh sprouts. I was thinking about something to do with this asteroid. Obviously, we could put a person here, and it might be worth doing that to geotune the natural gas vent. If we needed the power.
I'm in a fish mood now. Fish has been
Fish
established.
mood?
It was established, wasn't it?
It's been established. Alright. Are we doing well, Niflin? Yeah, let's have fish cam on. Ah! We almost caught Whiskers, not quite. That's fine. Enclosed telescope time. You know what? Tree, you can go. Get out of here. We'll put the telescope here. On the snow? That's not very rational, is it? Let's dig up the snow. So long as what we're doing isn't actually going to expose that part of the base to gas. Gas getting released. I think we'll be alright. Yeah, go ahead and dig all of that. And then we'll put the telescope down here somewhere. We will need the oxygen pipe. Which is fairly easy because I can just go around here. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then that could go over here somewhere. Nah, Arctic Station built on snow too. Well, but we want the snow for the trees. We have ulterior motives. How's cooling all of this going? Looks like it's going fine. We're running the coolant past the Spigot seals again as well, because I want to make sure that their ethanol that they produce is cold. Because all of our plants require cold ethanol. We're pumping it from where the Spigot seals are dropping it into here. So we might as well actually ensure the ethanol comes out cold. It's in our interests. Let's do some fried mushrooms. Do I put another 5 dupes in? Maybe. Right, this one is going to be for pigeon peppers. We are going to start growing them at some point. Maybe I'll put sleet wheat grains in there as well. Now, spices. What do we want to make? Freshness spice to keep food fresh. Don't really need that. Rocketeer spice? No. Brawny spice? We're not really doing water weeds. Brawny spice is going to get a lot better because water weeds are getting a lot more generic. Don't they have fancy hydraulic legs to prevent the worst of building on ice and snow? That would be interesting if they added that. I'm not sure how they do that, though. No, I don't think we're going to use this. It kind of sucks that you have to have a spice grinder to have a deep fryer. I don't think that makes any sense. I mean, on this planet, what are you even doing? You're probably not growing any of these plants, right? So why would the game need you? There should be a spice that you make with a Frosty Planet Pack seed. There should be just a general spice that you make with, I don't know, like pike apple seeds and dirt, and it's like it just gives someone like a minor buff, like just any reason to use this. In any case, we should now be able to make these. So, make this priority 9, forbid mutants. This also needs to be forbid mutants. These probably should be as well. I'll get rid of these liquid tanks eventually. But not yet. Yeah, 37 eggs now, that's good. We got more over here as well. I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to shovel these eggs in the other bit for now. Because I want to multiply them all up in here so that when we decide to hook up the Brackene, we can do that. But yeah, you're already out of Brackene. That's not good. Can't wait for a spice grinder overhaul. Yeah. Feeding tallow to husky moos to get biodiesel. Hmm? What? Husky moo. So they eat gas grass, they eat plant husks. They don't eat tallow. Yeah, if we're actually going to make enough Brackene for all of these, then we're really going to need more nosh sprouts, etc. I could put another farm over here. It's probably worth doing, actually, isn't it? So, how wide is this? Not quite wide enough. Well, I mean, we don't have to have it be the max length. It's alright. Obviously, this isn't going to count. I don't know what exactly we're going to have here. I will probably need you to actually just do this. Just so we can get it built. That's fine. Alright, sweep you. What else are we gonna do? I've noticed something weird. So we have a tile of salt water that's accumulated. Excuse me? Why do I have 241 tons of salt water on this one tile? What happened? Anyways, heat transfer has just kind of stopped here, and I was wondering why that was. I suspect it's because we have 241 tiles of kilograms of salt water over here. This is very intriguing to me. I know I shouldn't mess with this, but I'm going to anyways, because this should not exist. The neutronium is not getting pressure damaged. Let's see what happens if we do this. I've exposed it to the magma core. I just wanted to boil all the salt water, get all the salt out. Yes, we have to feed the Bammoths squash fries specifically to get Regal Bammoths. We need Regal Bammoths to get the Gold Amalgam, which we then refine into the gold. Yeah, I'm not convinced this is doing anything. How am I going to get all this salt water out of here then? I'm going to have to dig more of this. Yeah, come back, Steve. We need to see. We need to see what happens when we release this. Yeah, have fun, guys. I suspect it might just not actually release. But because we have so much water on this one tile, it's just absorbing the heat from the magma biome. I mean, it was literally all of this water that was up here was drained. I also can't tell you to actually make anything in here yet, which is annoying. But this is supposed to be for geotuning the salt water and the other thing. Now, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to set this one geotune up here to the polluted water geyser. We're going to have that come out at 55 degrees, and we're going to use it just for pincher peppers. So we'll hook these up like that. Yeah, I've actually geotuned this one already, because I just wanted all the brine to come out. I'm really glad I added guild grows to the game for another gold amalgam option. Yes, so it's very interesting. There are now several different critters that let you get renewable metal ore. And you know what this all does? This is all going to indirectly buff the smooth hatch. The smooth hatch up until now has been pretty bad, because you need a metal refinery to do steel anyways. And it's less efficient than a metal refinery, and you don't have renewable metal ore, so your metal volcanoes all produce refined metal, so the smooth hatch doesn't have a niche in the game at the moment. But if you have access to lots of renewable metal ore from other critters, then you may have a reason to actually try it, if you don't want to generate all the heat associated with metal refineries. It's still, I think it only makes smooth hatches a C tier option instead of a D tier option, but it is technically a thing that exists. Yeah, we've ended up with a very weird situation over here. Heat clearly is transferring, just not quickly enough to matter. It's so weird. Smooth Hatch Believers, there's two of us. It's so weird, though, because it's a base game critter, and it's kind of just useless, and it's kind of always been useless. And there's even an achievement related to it. Like, you need steel. That's not optional. What I think would also be handy is if you actually had a rough hatch that ate refined metal and gave you metal ore. And that way, you could take your volcano output and just turn it straight into metal ore for building stuff with. Or you could feed the rough hatch and the smooth hatch on each other's outputs, which sounds gross, but it makes them more food efficient in terms of material put into food to get out. Because hatches are pretty inefficient in that regard. I forgot that we can't actually put beds here. Well then, we'll probably just go up to 35 dupes. That's fine by me. Maybe I'll put some artwork here. Just a couple of paintings. But yeah, I think those, that change, if they made, basically, if metal ore is actually pretty easily available forever now, that makes smooth hatches worth considering. But it's still a bit of a rough sell. Those are my two cents on it anyways. What about you? Oh, we need more pipes. Did I just stop building the pipe over here for some reason? That's funny. There you go. Yeah, please do all of that. At least with the plume squash, you can see when it's friggin' growing. That is one good thing. Yeah, you guys aren't actually doing anything now. So I need to lower this back to 7. 6? 6. And then I need to wrangle the rest of you guys. Get you out of here so they actually start breeding again. And we'll make more Brackene and we'll send it over. We may actually need more than one plant pulverizer, but that will depend on us actually having lots of plants available. This area is also going to be way too hot. Now, I could potentially put dusk caps in here. Well, we'll see. Right, let's speed it up. That is not exactly what I wanted you to do. Yeah, get rid of all of that, and then we'll put the telescope out here. It's a lot of farming supply and ranching supply going on. I'm also thinking perhaps we do not need all of these spigot seals. Oh, here's the other thing I want to do. I actually want to put a third steam turbine here, because this aluminium volcano, if we're actually geotuning this, this is way too much heat for 2 steam turbines. So, what do I do with that for now, then? You know what? Maybe actually leave that liquid there. And then I'll deconstruct this and deconstruct this. That polluted water will form a seal. It's low mass, so it shouldn't actually transfer that much heat. And then we can get in here and then we can expand this out and remove these doors and everything. That seems reasonable to me. We did build those transformers as well. That's good. So I think I bodged it. So how did I bodge it exactly? So what I need to do is I need to take this wire with the thermo aquatuner and set it to one of these new ones. And I need to take this one that's going into the ice makers and send it to one of these new ones. That seems simple enough. So I should just be able to do something like... Is there actually anything on these tiles that I care about? I don't think there is, but I'll set it down here anyways. So that would go like this. And I might just disconnect this for now, just to simplify things. Yeah, and then this one can... I'll just build a load of ladders. This is going to get too complicated otherwise. This... No, don't make it out of steel. I'll wait for the other one. I'll wait until we get more metal again. Door is overheating. I now remember why I wasn't supposed to Geotune these yet. Okay, look. I mean, this one's fine. It's the other 5. I I wanted to set it, but I didn't want to actually activate it. Because, yeah, this is just a load of 195 degree steam that's coming out here at the moment. This is what happens when you let Whiskers have the controls, by the way. Good thing everyone's in suits, and this is all actually insulated. Otherwise, we'd have a big problem. Don't worry about the door. Let me worry about blank. Yeah, we'll be okay. This will all condense eventually. I'll tell you what. How about you come in here and dig this out too? That'll help. Yeah, just do that. That will do it. Yeah, it's fine. Who needs a cool steam vent when you have a hot steam vent? You know what? Let's just open this up and analyze it. I'll seal it off in a minute. The new open air geotuning design. Yeah, but how is steam turbine supposed to input the steam when output the steam turbine is open plan? Yeah, no. Why do you put hot food in the oven when you in the food out the cold oven? Yeah, whatever. I don't care about no doors. Right, we're leaving pike apple skewers to rot. This is a sign that we need less pike apples, which means... Yeah, now that the Bammoths are actually producing food, we should stop growing these. If we're using these for food. We should not be generally eating pike apple skewers. Yeah, this is all an Atmos suit zone anyway, so just analyze this. We've already filled the area with steam. There's nothing left to worry about. Hello, Sandwraith. What's a good parent series? Early to the game transition useful better in early game. So my main conclusion to draw on Ceres. It's very easy to produce way too much carbon dioxide and then suffocate your base with gas pressure. So I would actually, I mean, it's an emergency power source for sure. I would refrain from using wood burners too early. Hello, Coded Man 9000. I am Fish at the moment. Hope you're doing well. In fact, actually, I'm going to turn Fish cam off now. Hope you're doing well. Let me give you a shout out. We are Funny Fish Man. We're playing Oxygen Not Included. We're on Ceres. We are waiting for the DLC to come out. Upon which point, I'm going on holiday. So, yeah, at the moment, we're just playing Ceres. And it's going alright, except I accidentally geotuned the saltwater geyser without actually building the enclosure. I forgot. So, while there's steam everywhere, we're analyzing the cool steam vent anyways, and then we're going to close it off now. So, my source of power at the moment. What I would recommend you do, melt a load of mercury from the top of the map. If you're on normal Ceres, there is a load of mercury on the top of the map. And even though it's minus 60 degrees, mercury has a very low specific heat capacity of 0.14 and a very high thermal conductivity. If your dupes pee on the mercury, it's literally enough to melt it. So seal it off, get rid of all the debris, make sure there's no gas up here when you do this, because otherwise it's going to make all the... It's going to make everything really cold. And then just melt the mercury with the pee. And then just set up a liquid pump, and then pump it into your solar panels. Pump it into lamps, put solar panels over the lamps, and then you can hook it up with automation so that it turns these off half the time. You only need to actually charge them half the time for it to maintain max brightness. So we've got some little automation here that's doing that. We just got a lux sensor, a buffer gate because the lux sensor doesn't actually go up high enough for a mercury light, which is a weird dev oversight. And then it's just flickering on and off. It's a neurotoxic challenge, yes, exactly. So mercury is about as power efficient as stuff like coal and peat in terms of per kilogram of material, and you have tons and tons of it on the map. And most of the time it's just a nuisance. But if you can harvest it, it's clean power for hundreds of cycles. During which time you can get the steam turbines and then set up your saltwater geysers with geotuning, which is the next bit of our plan. Or you do the geothermal heat pump, which produces so much power it's unreal. You can feed this thing with 30 kilograms per second of 95 degrees C water, or salt water for that matter, from a geyser, it doesn't matter. And it will output the liquid at 150 degrees hotter from these vents, these geovents. There's 3 of them. So it'll come out hot enough to max out your steam turbines. And then it gets cooled down by the steam turbines to 95 degrees C. So you literally just plug the steam turbines into the heat pump, and that's it. You can scale it up to 30 kilograms per second. That's up to 18 kilowatts of excess power. You don't need to do anything else. You don't necessarily need to burn carbon dioxide producing sources to produce power. We've actually literally just got a Geotune carbon dioxide geyser over here. Although you guys should actually be feeding this polluted dirt occasionally. We're literally using that to generate carbon dioxide for our alveoveras. Because alveoveras require more carbon dioxide than the dupes produce relative to the oxygen. Do I actually want this over here? I don't know. I'm just going to do it anyways. Why not? We're never planning on actually using a cool steam vent. I just wanted the free data banks. That could go there. And then we can extend this conveyor rail over here. But yes, we have also done some nectar. So that is... No, don't make this out of steel. Stop making wires out of steel. That's fine. They do require a lot of ice, but the map is literally hundreds of tons of ice. So, for a normal playthrough, you do have enough. Obviously, when we run out of ice, this is bad. But by then, we'll just make an electrolyzer setup. It's pretty simple. We have a YouTube channel where we have lots of build guides talking about things. I talk about the mercury power plant. I talk about saltwater geyser steam. I talk about the geothermal heat pump. I talk about SPOMs. One other thing to bear in mind is with alveoveras, you can fertilize these with fertilizer if you make fertilizer. That lets you get more oxygen out of your ice. Technically more efficient than oxyferns if you do that. But probably not worth going to the effort of doing that if you're on a normal asteroid just because you're making the ice and that's dupe labor making the ice with the ice maker. That being said, with ice, so here's a thing that makes the alveoveras better than the nectar trees in my book. I mean, obviously nectar is a super good useful resource, but the bonbon trees suck because they require snow. You have to make snow with the ice maker. You don't have a choice. With the alveoveras, they require ice. So you can actually drip water into an area in a controlled manner to produce ice. So setting these guys up in the long run is easier than you would think. In terms of dupe labor required. You're going to try out Frosty Start? Which one has those steam things you have to unblock? Yeah, well, we're on Ceres Minor. And on Ceres Minor, this is the spaced out one, but the normal classic one will have it too on the same asteroid. I'm glad you've enjoyed the YouTube channel, Sullenfin. There's loads of stuff on there. So yeah, I'm ambivalent on alveoveras, and frankly, we do SPOMs every playthrough. SPOMs are a very good source of oxygen. If you have the prehistoric planet pack, blumlums are way better. Blumlums are so strong. But the SPOM is usually good enough for what you need, and you get the hydrogen that you use for power generation. You can microchip, tune, those things. Pretty handy. We got the comfy mush bed! Wow. Okay, hold on. Do we just transition everyone over to comfy beds now? Probably not. We have a lot of dupes. We have a lot of dupes, and I don't know if I want to make the room for all the comfy beds. That's good though. What's a good starting food? It's pike apples. You're gonna be going with pike apples to start with. Ranching Phloxes is also pretty good. They eat phosphorite, which you have a lot of on the map, and you get more later with Bammoths. Phloxes themselves don't produce a lot of meat. They only produce 1,600 calories each. That's half as much as a hatch. But they eat the pike apples that you feed with the phosphorite. So They're pretty efficient in terms of getting calories out per calories in. But what you want to do is you want to egg crack them and make Phlox omelets. That's more food efficient with them. And yeah, obviously, if you make ethanol from the wood with an ethanol distiller perhaps, you could use that to feed the plume squashes and the nosh sprouts. You can feed that to Bammoths. Bammoths give you an absolute ton of food. We finally got our Bammoth population actually doing stuff. So that's good. I need to get this polluted water out of here. This is probably actually fine, but I think I determined that we didn't really need that many pike apples. Well, we'll see. We'll see. This is actually cold enough now. That's interesting. We'll keep it level. But yeah, it's a lot of food. We haven't had to do ethanol distillers this time. At the moment, we've been running spigot seals, because the ethanol they produce is cold, so long as the spigot seal is cold. We have a lot of spigot seals. I may have made too many of them. We'll turn them into tallow at some point. We want some biodiesel, because I'm pretty sure I want to make a biodiesel rocket. Disable auto repair on these. I literally do not care about doors. Okay, you're sorted now. You are a pretty lame cool steam vent, all things considered, so we're just going to seal you up. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Let's priority 9 this. I don't want to deal with this. You're back to normal now, that's good. I did actually open up the salt water to the magma biome. We ended up with 240 tons of salt water in this one tile somehow. So we are sucking the heat out of all of this. It's just not going to cause this all to boil in one go. When this does boil into steam, we're going to have a fun time. But yeah, there's a few things going on. Yeah, don't worry about that door. I'm also wanting to build a telescope over here, so let's actually go ahead and do that. Let's go explore space. Our aim for this run... do that. Then dig this. Our aim for this run is to get Gassy Moos going properly. Because normally I don't bother, but... I want to see the new content with the Husky Moos. And we want a situation... We have a situation where we need large amounts of Brackene for the Sweetles. So we're definitely going to do it. Just to know on quantities. I kept the biodiesel rocket running on wild seals. Well, that's good. I'll put another wart seed. We might want more wart seeds. We do actually have a slickster up here producing a little bit of oil. It's not a lot, it's a little. There are slicksters on the other asteroid. I don't really care about them too much. Speak to it again. I'm just doing a lot of talking today, apparently. Farming that many, you could build a whole biodiesel fleet. Yeah, I think we're probably actually not going to have this many. I kind of underestimated how much sucrose they eat. Is there more sucrose on the map still? Let me have a look. I don't think there's a lot. Oh! Oh, there is some. Okay. Well, why not, eh? When in Rome. Can we actually get down here? No. Okay. That should be fine. I mean, if it's here, I'll take it. Yeah, we want all this iron as well. Yeah, that's fine. That'll keep us going for a little bit longer. But yeah, we have a sulfur geyser up here, and I've actually hooked this up with a steam room. This is actually currently working. There is... I think there was some oxygen in here. It looks like the oxygen has been forced out. That's good. Okay. I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I didn't have to bother with that. Good. There's a little bit of a heat leak up here. But the mercury actually literally cannot transfer a lot of heat over into this oxygen. It's kind of heating up a little, but not a lot. We have another blob here which should eventually melt. But yeah, we're getting the sulfur. We're getting the sulfur. We are trying to cool down the room. I think it is kind of working. Yeah. We're just generating a lot of heat. I think the numbers on this are about right. Who's got unreachable... Oh my fucking god! Ah! Okay, alright. Look. This is a resolvable situation. Thankfully, you have an Atmos suit. Okay. To be fair, I want all the data banks out of here as well. That was why we opened this. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, it's going to take us a little bit of time to grow those plume squashes. Probably just another nosh sprout situation over here, right? Keep doing that. I'm going to get this done now, because if we don't start growing these soon, we're going to keep running into issues. Did you take all the Sweetles out of this room? You did. That's good. We now have too many Sweetles running around in here. Okay, because we do not currently have the Brackene production, I'm going to actually re-plug in the drowner. There you go. Please proceed with drowning Sweetles. This should be possible. There you go. Have fun. You've got a weird pod spawn right next to the neutronium wall. Nice! I've had that before. That could be super good. Yeah, have fun with all of that. Right, what else are you actually building? I worry that people aren't doing stuff particularly quickly on this run. I mean, to be fair, I've mostly just been nattering on speed 1, so that could be an explanation as to why. But, I don't know. Let us plug this in and see what the situation is. I am now sad. We don't have enough refined metal. You forgot how good 60 FPS feels? Yeah, I know, right? Would be ideal, wouldn't it? You're sealed here, aren't you? Yes. So people are coming up here to grab what exactly? Did you just grab the tallow? Oh, you're grabbing ice. That does make sense. Well, good luck with that. Oh, does this mean we're actually making, Does this mean we're actually making stuff now? You have tallow. That's fair. I think I don't want to actually make nosh noms. I think I just want the squash fries, so that we get the Regal Bammoths going. Yeah, no, you are doing things. I'm just being impatient. That does tend to happen. I don't give these guys enough credit. They're being patient while I'm being patient. Okay, speed up. And then we're going to plant more. If I actually priority 9 this again. And then we sweep this. I'll just plant more nosh sprouts here. Oh, right. I have to actually have a nosh beam. Oh, right. Hold on. Do this. Easy. We didn't do anything with biobots. That is something we could do. Do we want biobots harvesting all the alveoveras? Maybe. Kinda got the lums for that, though. Is that worth my time to actually prioritize? Maybe. We should be getting lots of extra meat from the guys here now. Now, what this means as well is... I've got sucrose going into conveyor rails. The kitchen is not actually near here. So we're going to have a lot of food appearing here. I think now that the spigots... now that the Sweetles and the Bammoths are going, I should probably just get rid of the spare pike apples now, right? Yeah, get these out of here. I could always put more alveoveras here if I want, but I'm not particularly concerned with that. What's your opinion about optimal minimum number of duplicates and what best interests for the end game? So this is a conversation I have with myself all the time, and I think the actual answer depends on your computer and your performance ability. Generally, I think more dupes is better, because it lets you concentrate labor in a space and do lots of errands in a specific area at once. This means less going back and forth when trying to do a big build, and ultimately saves you time for the same amount of work. We did a run recently on Ceres Moonlets, where we limited ourselves to 10 duplicates and played it on speed 3 to see if that would be faster than doing more duplicates on speed 1 or speed 2. And the answer was no, because they wasted so much time going back and forth. It just wasn't worth doing, especially on Ceres, where you have a lot of manual labor for routine tasks like ice makers and alveoveras and stuff like that. So I think generally you want to have as many dupes as your computer can handle. At least 30, I would say. Part of the reason for that is the Somnium Synthesizer story trait, which gives your dupes a big buff, requires multiple dupes to be asleep permanently to give you the buff. But it gives everyone a big attribute bonus across the entire colony. Not just the asteroid it's on, but every single asteroid that you're on. So this is huge for colonizing new asteroids. This building alone incentivizes you to have at least 20 dupes. But the more you have, the more relative benefit you get from it. I found that my computer doesn't really cope very well with 60 plus dupes and streaming at the same time. But yeah. Batches of 8, 16, 24, Max Rodriguez can support 32. Rodriguez sucks. I'm just going to say it. I've never liked the Rodriguez thing. If you're doing electrolyzers, I think you should just do them submerged. It's just how I feel about it. How do I get liquid water for my wash basin? Ice liquefier. If you have wood. I'd get as much as possible early. Early that you think you'd eventually be able to support, so level sooner. Yes. You want to dupes early so that you can level up their skills, get their athletics up, and they become more productive faster. Built a Hydra, never went back to Rodriguez. I have a submerged Rodriguez design that works really well. I agree that submerged is best. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to change ever, but like... Honestly, I really did not enjoy it. We did it on Oasis. We had an Oasis run where chat banned me from using anything they deemed was an exploit. And they said that I wasn't allowed to use submerged electrolyzers. And I hated every second of it. I'm allowed to have a strong opinion on this. Right. Are you actually planting these? You are planting these. That's good. These take ages to grow. So the sooner you actually plant, the better. Yeah, that'll do for now. What else did I want to do? Oh, the telescope. Are you still doing that as well? Yeah, let's speed to it again. I put some planter boxes over here so we can put more pike apples in here. The reality is, I just don't think we're going to need that many pike apples anymore. I have farm tiles up here. I'm thinking that should be enough. I might also tell people to stop making the pike apple skewers. Exploits not included. Yeah, that was good. I enjoyed that. I might do another Oasis run at some point. A normal Oasis run for comparison. Oasis is really fun. I say this all the time. I want them to make an Oasis Moonlet start, where you have the little tiny moonlet, you have the starting forest biome, you're surrounded by sand entirely, hot sand entirely, and you have to escape into space to escape the sand. That's what I want to see. Is submerged buildings really an exploit? It's all subjective. The whole point of the run was chat gave me a list of things on Discord, and people voted on them as to whether I'd be allowed to do them or not. So a lot of things on the list weren't actually exploits. But that's the whole point. It's a single-player game. What isn't an exploit is very subjective. No using Priority 9. No! I'll have to settle for priority 8. Oh, meteors. Good timing. Oh, I don't care about these meteors. But yeah, it's always interesting that the bonbon trees actually shake off the debris. I think they very much do intend for you to just plug them in the pipes. Maybe someday we'll do that. Right, speed 2. Heck's sake, let's just keep doing speed 2. So once we grow our first lot of plume squashes, then we can do that. We could also do the Critterfluxomatic. This is true. Let's actually just do this, because we can. We could definitely do this now. We have lots of different critters. In fact, we have a few that I don't even need. Okay, so... Pip. Let's see. Sweetle. Does the Sweetle count? I think the Sweetle counts. We can actually do this to get a Regal Bammoth now, but we need to at least make the... We need to at least make the squash fries for the Regal Bammoth. Yeah. Have I looked at the Cardath Compendium's electrolyzer setups, especially the no exploit ones? No. Please do post a link on the Discord and remind me, and we'll have a look. We'll have a look at the end of the stream. Don't bonbon trees have negative decor? Yes, they do. That's kind of funny. In retrospect, that's actually really funny because I put them next to the friggin' Shatterfloxes that are supposed to have decor. Whatever. I think it's fine. They're still fine. Wood tiles go burr. I want to see a locust run where you take off on a planet only once every resource is extracted and go to the next planet and keep going until you go through the 10 or deep left behind. Yeah, I think... Didn't Willow do that? I remember seeing someone do that before. It looked fun. It looks like a lot of effort. I want to make sure that when I'm doing playthroughs, I'm doing playthroughs that are helping us find new gameplay things that aren't just challenges of our own making. I think that is something that I want to do once I run out of other things to do. And the reality is, once I run out of other things to do, I am probably going to play other games. But I don't think I'm ever going to get to the point with oxygen included, so don't worry. Do not worry. This is gradually heating up. I reckon in, like, 30 cycles this will boil and all hell will break loose. That sounds fun. Yeah, there's loads of extra sucrose down here. I should probably actually just... there's probably a few bits I could just grab pretty easily. In fact, if you leave that there, then I can come grab that bit as well. And then there's a little bit over here. It's easy enough. I should definitely actually mine all this out before we do anything else. And there's another lumen quartz, which I should cut up because there's more nectar production. Maybe. I can't actually reach that. It's fine. Current run personally, I'm trying to colonize every single planet and have every single planet completely self-reliant with them shooting their resources back to the main planet they don't need. That is the ultimate plan for Sour Gas or Bust. That run is going really well, but it is beyond my computer's capabilities now. We will resume that when we get the new computer. Although, I've got to admit, I didn't anticipate them adding 4K kilowatt wires to the game. We have a lot of 2 kilowatt junk on that save. I think it would actually... I think the addition of 4 kilowatt wires would change how I would have organized that map. So... that's awkward. The question is, do I want to go and rip everything out? No, don't dig that one, Christ. Do I want to rip everything out and put it back? And keep going on that save? I think I think what we do with that save is we go to the superconductive asteroid and get the niobium. Because we were going to do that anyways. And then we make our sour gas boiler design in that run. And then perhaps we take that concept and apply it to another run where we have the 4 kilowatt wire infrastructure. It's such a fundamental change to the game. I'm kind of surprised it actually happened now and not like years ago. It kind of puts me off playing any save where I didn't do it. This save I think will be alright, because I know we've got space to put in a new 4 kilowatt spine. Right here. So I think we can adjust to suit. But that save I've kind of committed too much time to organizing everything for 2 kilowatts wires. But we will definitely go back to that run. In fact, I may even just go back to that run once we're done with the Aquatic Planet Pack. Because if we're changing the scope of our objectives to just go to the superconductive asteroid and build a sour gas boiler, then we can probably just do that sooner rather than later. And the other thing, of course, is that we determine that doing all the mass Dreco stuff is no longer the most efficient way to produce large amounts of plastic. Because lure plants exist. So that point of the run kind of got superseded as well. Because it was no longer the most efficient thing to do. It was more just something I wanted to do just to see if it would work. Snow, why you do this? I want to get someone out here, please. Let's go back and speed 2. Is it relatively easy to go from 4 kilowatts to 2 kilowatts? The reverse would be a huge pain. Yeah, exactly. The reverse will be a huge pain. Because we've laid out all of our transformers in massive columns going down the whole of a classic asteroid for 2 kilowatt wires. And we have literal Gordian knots of them everywhere. We literally boiled the entire magma biome with steam. And have been running steam turbines off of that for hundreds of cycles with 2 kilowatt wires. You know what this means? Sour gas will burst 3. It probably does. If I'm being honest. I was not considering it at all until you've just made me realize this 4 kilowatt wire thing is going to completely change how I lay out that base. And you guys do not want to see 2 or 3 streams of me, at least, swapping everything out. Sure, we can just upgrade everything as you go. Well, we can and we can't, because we built a lot of infrastructure around the size of the existing transformer spines. We have a lot of stuff that's pressed up right against it, including ranches and geyser tamers. I don't want to drag everything out for ages. But we definitely will go to the superconductive asteroid at least on that playthrough, and we will definitely build a functional sour gas boiler on that playthrough. Just whether we continue it for another 50 to 100 streams after that, I don't know. Oh, right, I was doing stuff over here. This is actually okay at the moment. I'll leave that for a little bit. I'll become a Resio molding. That is the other thing. I am not convinced I would be having fun replacing all of the infrastructure on that save instead of doing anything else. And if I'm not having fun, and if you're not having fun, then who's having fun? As Kane once said. You only gain 1 tile, so it's not that much of a loss. I think I would have to evaluate it further. Probably while we're doing the other stuff on that save. I think that's likely. We're getting entombed. It's interesting. What we got? I don't want metal power backs. I do want you to actually put the guys in here. Why can't this happen? I'm pretty sure it can happen. Longest colony to date in cycles is actually Sour Gas or Bust, the reboot. It used to be Flip Farters, but we overtook it a short while ago. To be fair, we have done 60 streams of that save. And I imagine to do the remaining, to at least build a Sour Gas boiler and do the superconductive asteroid, I'm imagining it's probably going to take another 5 to 10 streams. Probably 5 for the superconductive asteroid and 5 for the Sour Gas boiler. Maybe unreachable. Oh, can he just not reach the drop-off point? Is that the issue? No, you can. Is it just because the pip is hanging out on the ceiling? That'd be pretty funny if that was the case. How about I cancel you then? And you do the other ones. Oh, let's get the oil out here as well. It's funny when you get to the point where you say to yourself, this project will only take 300 cycles to spin up. Yeah, that's true. There will be a point at some point where the steam power runs out and we will have to build the Sour Gas boiler to power all of the stuff we have on that save anyways. So it was going to have to happen sooner rather than later, regardless of what I did. I think I'm going to have to reset this. Can you just actually do this, please? That should be fine. And then the Slickster can go as well. If I select this pip, will you be alright? But I'm going to keep that pip on a separate errand. Just to make sure it doesn't interfere with the other errands. And then what other critters do we want to send through? Probably a Phlox. Well, maybe not a Phlox. Sweep that up. I could send a Bammoth. Put a little guy in there. That was the ultimate point of this anyways, wasn't it? Alright, we've got a Sweetle. Let's see what happens. Oh, you need to activate the machine. Yeah, go for it. And then what's the 5th critter? I don't really want to send a Lum. Oh, it probably just is a Phlox, isn't it? I don't care overly about these anymore. Just send you down here. You're just gonna come activate this. The fan bus is on the way at the moment. But whatever we do on that save will happen after the Aquatic Planet Pack stuff anyways, and after whatever we do on this run, at least. Beep boop, beep boop. Why does this one take so long to activate? It's kind of weird. Alright. Let's do it. Scan these critters. And then we'll have to open up this side. Is that going to be easy? We actually have access over here. I think I'll need to put another ladder in here. I should probably just actually make that a normal thing at some point. Oh, it doesn't actually produce the variant yet. You have to do the other bit first. Where'd he go? Oh, he's here. Okay. I haven't actually scanned these guys yet. Which critters haven't I scanned? I haven't done Morbs. Oh, wait. I have done Morbs. Pakus, Pips. I think I've done most of these guys. Oh, it probably won't accept the... Will it accept the Shatterflox? That's a good point. Also, there is a Shine Bug I could just grab instead. I think I might do that. Let's cancel this. And then Shinebug. If you show me where a random Shinebug is... Oh. No, that's George. Nice try. There's a random Shinebug. Cancel, relocate to here. There you go. Yeah, I think we already have most of those. You are actually ready, so let's set you to priority 9 and turn off meteor shower identification. And then we can start doing all of that. Now I'm wondering if you could send a Mimica through. Yeah, definitely something to look at another time. There's the Bammoth. He fits! It's good. I'm not sure whether this needed to be a mini one or not, but that's fine. We did already have this one scanned too. Specimen produced substantial stool sample. Good. I love how you end up forming like the breakfast club of critters in this little thing. It almost makes me wish that the first 5 you send through get a permanent buff for as long as the critter lives. That would be amusing. I think what I will do... I mean, realistically... I'm just going to get you to dig through here. And then... if I do that... dig that, and then I dig this, you can get through. Imagine their expressions if the next thing you sent through is a Rex. Yeah, that could definitely happen. I don't think the Shinebug's like the errand. I'm just gonna get you to wrangle and then relocate. Maybe that's easier. Yeah, get those ropes in there. Right, relocate to here. Yeah, there you go. Also, I forgot to turn my lamp on again. That's fine. I always forget to turn it on in the summer. Let me get the other end. Because I'll send an actual Bammoth in here. You guys are nearly done. That's good. We should nearly have squash fries. We did actually manage to find plenty of sucrose elsewhere though, so that's good. There's a little bit more down here as well. But that will require a ladder. Nails is on the way. He's cold. He's elderly, but he's not immediately going to die, so we should be fine. Does he get a little notification when he's like, oh, I'm going to go and go in the thing? What does he say? Or does he just have to wander in there naturally? Yeah, definitely stop making pie-apple skewers. Oh, wait, actually. I need to tell you to stop making pie-apple skewers too. Oh, you're not. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see when this happens. Circuit overloaded. That should be happening. Weird. Show me the money. You do actually have to do this at some point. Otherwise you'll die and I'll be sad. That's like a probability exercise, isn't it? What's the chance he randomly wanders into the thing? Probably not very high. I do need to open this up as well, but what we should probably do is actually put a liquid lock here. And what I might do is I might make sure it's in the abyssalite. And put some insulated tiles in. because this is going to get hot. And then you can priority 9 this deconstruct. What's entombed? Oh, everything's always getting entombed. Quiet, you. We're trying our best. This one's also in a vacuum, so we can get over here pretty easily now. So I think what we should do is... we go like that, then we can go like this. I imagine I'll do something similar over here, won't I? Maybe actually just do something like... I'll just make it out of insulated tiles for that bit. That's alright. We'll figure something out. I believe in you, dude. You can figure it out. You can figure out the puzzle. Your friends are waiting for you on the other side. Also, we actually have a cuddle pip. You should probably go in the base. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Get the rest of that oil. Something interesting to me happened with the Steam vents here. A friend and I were playing the same scene. We have different vents plugged in at the start of the game. We can make nosh noms, apparently. Karate, you didn't. I feel like he's so close, but he's just not quite there. So we'll access that one, and then accessing this one should be pretty easy as well, because all we'll need to do... this bit I won't allow to get in touch with this. There's a lot of sulfur over here as well that I should just grab while we're here. And then I will go down here, because that will be a good way to avoid the sand. And then that could go probably like here. We'll do something involving that. The hard part about getting the geothermal heat vent online is... it's so... well, the hard part is maximizing it. You can get it working very quickly, but to actually maximize it, you need to have a load of steam turbines here. Enough to handle 30 kilograms per second of liquid. Oh, there we go. It's done. Good. Gene manipulation mode. We got the ceramic morb. Do we have room for the ceramic morb? We do, actually. Let's just put it next to the arcade cabinet. Also, no one's wearing this pink unitard. Did I say I was going to make snazzy suits? We made 10 snazzy suits. Okay. How's Reed Fiber looking? Reed Fiber's looking good. Let's actually... I forgot to move the polluted ice out of here. That's alright. Let's make everyone pink unitards. You haven't actually done this yet, have you? I haven't seen any. I'm going to set you to 0. And I'm going to set you to pink unitards 31. See how that goes. We do actually have snazzy suits now. Yeah, good luck with that. Not sure why they weren't actually doing that earlier. We'll see. So, I think what that means is I need to put you in here again. And then we'll actually put the ceramic morb here. It's glazed with substance that once landed a curious lab technician in the ER. I don't want to know what you're glazed with. So, I could put some automation here, couldn't I? It's probably worthwhile, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. And then... the plume squashes could just go up to the kitchen, which is here. I could hook up to this conveyor, which is going kind of all over the shop. We're just going to set it up this way. Oh. Well, I'm going to set it this way then. There you go. Probably a very good use of metal. And then let's plug that in. The nosh beans are going to a few different places, so I'm probably just going to leave those unmechanized for now. I don't think we're planning on doing anything else in this bit anyways, because it's got all these POIs nearby. Right, so you should actually wander into here now at some point. Oh, you did it. Let's see what happens. We did it! Look, he's got a little tooth up here. He's a Regal Bammoths. Glorious. We actually used the critter Fluxomatic. Can you believe it? And then you're gonna deactivate for another... I don't know, you don't deactivate for very long at all. It's just it's a cycle. We could do one guy a cycle? That's pretty good. Now, what does this actually mean? Well, probably means once we actually make the... We need to empty this, first of all. And then once we make the squash fries, they need to go in here. Do I just get rid of these Bammoths? That feels wasteful. But yeah, our food situation is completely sorted now. Because everyone's just eating all the barbecue. We have some pemmican left over as well. Looks like people have been making loads of pemmican. Good. What skills do people need as well? You can get electrical engineering. You can get mechatronics. Yeah, we're going to start to actually get more mechatronics people in the colony. This is a good plan. Right, we actually have plume squash. So I need to tell you guys not to eat plume squash. Yeah, don't eat pike apples, don't eat plume squash. They're all critter foods, not you foods. So, squash fries are now officially on the menu. And I'm going to yellow alert this probably for a little bit. And then maybe Priority 9 can be on... maybe we leave that for a bit. How's space scanning going? Have we done any of that? No. We'll have errands configured, but they just haven't bothered yet. Okay, well, we'll just speed up. I've given people a lot of stuff to do. You're out of oxygen. Oh. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You're filling up, aren't you? Well, it should have been. No, that doesn't make sense. What, we're just not pumping the oxygen now? Going on. I think the transformer is just overloading. Alright, okay, in that case, this wire needs to switch. Let's put it here. The gas pumps aren't powering because of transformer stuff, then that's not good. Happy to see you still at IRL CO2 turbine progress? Yeah! I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's a lot of technical work being done on supercritical carbon dioxide in the turbine at the moment. They found they can get it working about as efficiently as steam turbines, but on a lot smaller of a scale. So that's pretty interesting. Right, we can get in here for now. Let's make this a door. We have regular water here now, so I'm not sure this is actually sealed anymore. We could take a oil bit and put it there. If we're doing that, that means I need to actually shut this off. And then deconstruct this, put the turbine in, remove the ladders. At the moment it's alright because we're not geotuning it. We will geotune it later. Right, we have made squash fries. That's good. So, duplicants should not be eating squash fries. This should be going in here. And then, I think what I need to do is I need to relocate, I need to wrangle the starving ones. And I need to put the regal ones up there. Oh, wait. I've realized a problem with this plan. I've got one dropper for the regular Bammoths. If we put Regal Bammoths in here as well, they're going to get mixed and matched. Does that matter? It probably does, because we need the Regal Bammoths to eat squash fries specifically. I think what that means is I'm actually going to... Now that we're not doing stuff in here anymore, maybe what we could do... Because this... because this area here is 11. This area here is 12. So I can just shuffle this stuff over here and put another Bammoth dropper in here and sort this out. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so let's get rid of all of this. Get rid of all the conveyor rails. And we'll put another Bammoth dropper in here. You don't need to be yellow alert anymore. So... I need to do this sooner rather than later. Wait, I didn't just put them all in here, did I? I think I might have. No, maybe not. They've definitely been put somewhere. Okay. But now, let's actually just move stuff over to this side. And then we'll shift the actual critters later. Yeah, we will definitely need a separate dropper for separate critter types. So... that means we're going to have to load up the video again. That's fine. Let me send you a link to the video. Should have it on here somewhere. I don't think the mirroring makes a huge difference, but we'll see. It's funny, I drywalled this too, because I was confident that we weren't changing anything in here, but yeah. I don't think we actually need this many for refiber later on. In any case, I don't think we have space to do more Bammoth droppers. I mean, I don't want to get rid of the sleepy bit here yet. That being said, I think we're past the point where I'm worried about that. Let's see what this looks like on the other side then. Oh, actually, to be fair, I can literally just have the dropper be the exact same dropper. Just put it at the other side of this big block here, can't I? Because the Bammoths can't jump over this either way. In which case... yeah, that's probably the easiest thing to do. I'll just do that instead. Then I could just literally copy my build verbatim. But the actual build is here. I talk about a lot of different things in this video. I talk about feeding them lots of different substances and what the branch design looks like in this case. But ultimately, whatever we do in here will just be a direct copy of what we've done on the other side. So that means... you know what? I could put the crit feeder there. That's fine. And then the shearing station can go there, and then the critter condo can go here. I guess the dupes will have to wander over this big lump, but that's okay. I'll get you to sweep this up. It's in the pod. Hatch eggs? That's funny. I probably actually do want to do hatches. I am planning on doing stuff with volcanoes on this run. So we'll let the hatches hang out. Sounds good. Right, so Critter Condo can go here. Did I actually feed any of you squash fries? It doesn't look like... oh, I did. I fed this one. Right, well, I probably just need to swap you and another one then, right? Make sure that we keep that one alive. Feed magma into geothermal pump. Yeah, we could do that as well. We've done that in the past. If I want space materials. Am I bothered with that on this run? I don't know. I think I'd rather just keep it as the power source. But it depends whether we actually need to do it or not. Is anyone actually going to come do this? Not enough oxygen. Oh, right, not enough oxygen. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I thought that was going to work. Glad we solved our problem with that, though. So let's see. We'll just put the dropper here, which should be fairly straightforward. Now, if any Bammoth has any chance of laying Regal Bammoth eggs, they need to go in the top bits. You did as well. You can go here. Then you will go in here. Because we're gonna get rid of you all when you're done. So this goes here, and then this is going to be the exact same layout as the other room. So that can go on top. Door, 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 door. I'll put in a separate drowner for these guys as well. These guys are definitely not the focus of the run, so this is why this is going to look a little bit janky. But it should work just fine. And... no, don't make them out of steel. Make them out of aluminium. And then that can be an airflow tile. those tiles. Just to avoid liquid shenanigans. And then that one can go here. And that's fine. Put some tiles there. Dig this. Put another door here. At least this is all very easy for them to access as well. So this should help us in actually building it quickly. Auto sweeper goes here. And then all the automation stuff. This one needs to be priority 9. The rest I can do at my leisure. Otherwise these guys aren't going to actually do the right thing. I could just keep sending them through the critter fluxomatic. This charges so quickly. It would be silly not to do this. In this case. And then we can save all the squash fries for later, when we're actually trying to feed them as adults. That's going to make this so much quicker to spin up. I'm really happy about that. Right, we do need to copy and paste a load of stuff over here, though. Let's see. This is going to be an exact copy. So I can literally just do that. Oh, it's nice when it's an exact copy and I don't have to actually move around in the overlay. We should do this more often. It does actually work out pretty well in this specific case. That's all the buildings and then all the wire. That goes like that. That goes like this. Goes in here. That goes down here. That goes down here. Plug. Plug, plug. This door should probably always be open, actually. In this case. So that can actually get removed. And I'm just gonna open this. In fact, that probably doesn't need to be mechanized in that case, but I don't really care. That can plug in here, that can go in there, that can go in there, because I'll put the door here later. Then that can go in there, that can go in there. Right, so none of you guys should have any Regal Bammoth chance. Correct. No, I won't feel guilty about murdering you then. Yeah, we've got 2 Regal Bammoths in here now. Good. So you're going to be just regular Bammoths. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut this one off. Because we definitely don't want anyone coming in here anymore. And then that's going to get removed. That's going to get removed. Yeah, that's fine. Let's put the ethanol in here. So, yellow alert, enable auto bottle. Very quickly do this for me, please. Put the critter feeder back. I don't believe you were supposed to get rid of that at all, actually, but that's fine. Remove that. I'm going to suppress notifications on this, because that door won't ever need to close. I love how randomly janked this all is. I might put a pedestal in here as well. I don't really feel like putting anything else in here. The point of the doors here is so that they can wander over this whole arrangement when the doors are locking based on their automation. We've got 30 Bammoth eggs in here now, by the way. That's a good amount of Bammoth eggs. We'll definitely print more dupes when we can, because this is plenty of food production now. It's funny how we started off making a lot of berry sludge, and now we're making a lot of pemmican, and neither of those foods require a fridge. Okay, you're done. That's good. Okay, so that's built. I can put the door in now. I'm gonna make that priority 4. I want you to build that last. And then... it's actually kind of odd how well this fits together with 2 separate droppers just in parallel like this. And then the 96 tile ranch. That's very interesting. Yeah, you're going to be set to the same. That's going to connect up to this conveyor rail. This stuff is all going to go, obviously. So... we need 2 in here because of how wide the room is anyways. So there's nothing really wrong with doing that. I guess I'll put this one facing that way. And then that conveyor rail can go around here. And get in the chute. Wait, where is the chute? Oh. That went wrong. That's supposed to go... oh, right. Deconstruct this. That's supposed to go up, and then the chute's supposed to go in. Okay. I'll get you to drywall all of this as well. Make it feel like we actually planned it. I literally told you to do this last. Oh, whatever. Put the drywall here too. And then that auto sweeper is going to go here. And then I can actually put the chute in here. And then that rail can go like that. And I'm going to get you to do all of this yellow alert, just to make sure it all gets done now before they can't build it. And then the power wire is going to be mildly annoying. But this is a case where I can remove all the buildings from here. So you are going to be all the squash fries. And that's good. I'm going to set it to 20 kilograms for now. And then, yeah, remove all the buildings. We'll put something else in here. This bit's actually still pretty cold. I could just put some plants in here if I felt like it. We'll see what I feel like doing. I think what I will eventually do is I will convert these from polluted water storage into Brackene storage. That being said, if it wasn't for the fact that it's so cold over here, I could put some storage tanks here. Although, actually, I think I could probably put some storage tanks here anyways. So let's do that. Let's just make a load of Brackene and store it up. So, what that will look like is... I don't know, it probably won't look exactly like this. It's just to make sure we're actually storing some of it up, and then what I might do is I might just recirculate that And then pump it into this pipe. This is kind of a silly way to do this, if I'm being really honest, but oh well. So that would go in... Oh, I know. No. If I do it like that, and then put the pipe here, then it should focus recirculating the Brackene through the loop, rather than adding more. But do I want to do that? Do I want to just focus on adding more instead of recirculating? I think I probably do, in which case I shouldn't do that. And I should just put the bridge here. Or I could just 50-50 it. Let's just 50-50 it. That's probably appropriate for now. Let's just see how that goes. So you need to be set to Regal Bammoths and Regal Bammoths. Priority 9. You still did the friggin' thing before this. I'm now very annoyed. Gonna have to get you to build a ladder in here. Thankfully, we don't actually have any tiles in here, so that's fine for now. So let's have a think about this as well. So this power wire I can plug in here. I can then get rid of this, and that, and this. Then this one can go up here. Then that one can go there. That'll do for now. I don't really care about that being overly organized. I just care about them actually building it. So let's priority 9 that. And I think provided none of you are going to immediately provide us with reed fiber, I'm just going to murder you. Because we have enough reed fiber now. Yeah, have fun. And then the Regal guys are still here. So you can get wrangled and dropped off, but not before this room's actually done. If you charged up again, you have charged up again. This thing charges so quickly. We don't have any more... No. We don't have any more Bammoths at the moment. Maybe we shouldn't have murdered them. That's a lot of meat! This will keep us fed for days. Right, let's speed it up. Did you sort out the pipe? No, you just didn't build it. I feel like they don't actually build anything unless I set it to priority 9. Interesting. I know the feeling. Indeed. Right, you know what to do. You set this to everything. I'll get plugged in a minute. We need this to be set to below 1 critter. We need this to be set to below 1 critter. We need this to be set to above 1 critter. And this needs to be set to above 5 critters. Although, I think we could set this to above 6 now. I think we can actually have one more in each of these rooms because the temperature is appropriate. So let's give that a try. Because you guys wandering around with 5 happiness generally. And now I think we're ready to wrangle these guys. Oh, there you go. Look, he's had a glow up. We're gonna have to wrangle the. We're gonna have to put the Regal Bammoth in here as well. Then, there you go. You're gonna grab all the random debris and put it in here. That's probably fine. Many seeds, apparently. Oh, you know what I could do? We could put manual generators in a ranch, right? This could be the gym. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lamp. We'll plug this, we'll sort this all out again. Because the tubes aren't going to be busy all the time. It's not like there's anything else I really want to put here. I don't think I'll even plug this into the power spine. How's this going? Yeah, we're still using the mercury. That's still okay. Steam turbines flooded. That's not good. We sweep that. Will that help? That's a lot of mercury. Fair enough. So if I look at the sulfur that's actually on the conveyor, this is taking a long time to cool down. I don't think this is actually coming out of this room. Maybe it is. I'm beginning to think I need to get this coolant significantly colder. Let's set this to 14 and 0. Because the colder this room is, the more conductive it'll be. In fact, actually, we should probably minimize this. Let's set this to -6 and 8. Let's do that. Oh, stop that. There you go. That'll do. Right, how are we looking? Are you actually going to... I'm going to yellow alert this. They're trapped! You've got the squash fries. That's good. The squash fries need to actually get dumped in here automatically. So what I will do is I will put a conveyor receptacle here. And then that can all get removed. That's good. Although what I might actually do is I might reuse that bit. And then the squash fries can go in a separate loader. It'll go here. We're running out of metal doing all these conveyor rails. We'll have to dig up more metal again. That can go there, and then that can go in here. And then we don't have to manually deliver the squash fries. Looks like you are gradually doing the rest of this. Let's party 9 this. And I'll party 9 these tanks as well, because that won't take you very long, will it? I'm glad all of our steam turbines are helping out. That's good. Right, so that wire has been separated out. That's good. The Iron Volcano wire needs to get separated out as well. Do we have any left for that? A little. So that can go... okay, look. I did not organize this well. That's fine. We will separate that all out when that's done. And then that should be good. That should mean that... That should mean that all of our stuff will work when this Iron Volcano reactivates in 5 cycles. Okay, that's good timing. Right, let's speed to it. We've actually got plenty of time. The advantage of streaming on a weekend. I'm trying to think about what to do with my routine. Because I like streaming on weekdays. Because it's easy for me to fit it in. Thank you very much for follow Brosiflars. Enjoy your fishing and froggy emotes. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I'm trying to think. It's very easy to fit streams in on weekday evenings. I'm just trying to think about if I need to do work-related stuff in the evenings. How do I better fit that into the actual week? I don't know. I like streaming on weekends occasionally because you see different people. It's nice to mix it up every now and then. Are you done with this? Are you still planning on delivering the... Oh, right. Hold on. Where's the guy? Oh, he's in here. Oh, okay. That's fine. Alright, alright. Right, you have actually landed and you've eaten your meal. He's had his happy meal. And he's had the fries. Good. And you've got the alveolas here, so you should be able to breathe. You should be able to breathe, right? If not, you have a conveniently sized lump over here. Okay, good. We have more Bamminis. I will keep putting them in here. I will keep putting them in here because they are conveniently shaped. I think the regular Bammoths can go in here as well, but that makes me feel less bad. But yeah. You should actually be growing your crests now. And then we can start crushing them. Which will be... Oh, this should definitely be a different blueprint. Let's make you the masticator. So, yeah. It'll show up on here at some point. But yeah, you can't share these guys' coats. So we still, despite them looking very similar, we still need the regular Bammoths so we can share their coats. But this should give us Gold Amalgam. The Bleach Stone Hopper does not use much gold at all. So just having any ranch of them available should help. Now you're a frost-proof constructor, so I think I will hire a Bert. Bert can have constructing. You can have suits. You can have mechatronics. You can all start getting towards mechatronics, I think. Bert can have... What priority? Building. Yeah. That's fine. Bammoth goes in, Regal Bammoth comes out. So we'll wrangle you, we'll dump you up here again. It should take you 7.5 cycles to get gold. So if we look here in the entry, their crests only grow when they eat squash fries. So don't bother feeding Regal Bammoths the other foods. When you do shear them, it's 250 units of Regal Bammoth crest at a time. I don't know why it says 250 units. It's 1 unit and it gives you 250 kilograms of gold amalgam. So what this means is each Regal Bammoth gives you 25 kilograms of gold amalgam per cycle. And I've had a lot of people saying recently, aren't Jorbos kind of pointless now? Because you have other critters that produce refined metals. And the answer to that question is, Jorbos produce a lot more. Jawbows produce a lot more metal ore if you... Okay, hold on. People say that Jawbows are useless because other critters provide metal ores sustainably now. But that's not the case. Jawbows produce 60 kilograms of rust per cycle. If you put that in a rusty oxidizer... I haven't researched a rusty oxidizer, apparently. If you put that in a rusty oxidizer, you get 400 grams per second of iron ore out. Oh, that's true, actually. Hold on. Yeah, so you get 60 grams per second from the guy, but you're actually getting slightly more than 30 grams per second out. But obviously you're getting the oxygen and the chlorine as well with that, but you need the salt salts. So you're getting other products as well. I think it's much more efficient when when you're melting the rust into refined iron. If you're metal refining these guys' products, it's going to be a lot less efficient because you're only getting 25 kilograms per cycle versus 60 kilograms per cycle of iron from the melting. But yeah, I guess you do get a lot less iron ore out than the other stuff in. Oh, you can't reach any of this. Oh, whatever. You're not actually erupting anyways. You're lying. Why are people making a mess? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I knew about this. I knew about this. You guys need to build these ladders. That needs to be a priority 9. In fact, that probably needs to be yellow up. So I think Jawbows still have the edge when it comes to if you need metal for refining. If you just need metal ore, Regal Bammoths are pretty good. The ore hulls give you 25 kilograms per cycle of iron ore each as well. That's still less than the Jawbows per critter. And then the Guild Goes also give you Gold Amalgam. I think they give you a little bit more. It's interesting to think about. You grab the guy. Catalina is currently on the case. Makes me think the answer is yes. We'll get up to 7 in here. Right, we are actually scanning space now. That's good. Good job, Banny. More data banks. How many data banks does this actually produce? I'm forgetting. He looks happy. 75! Well, there you go. That's plenty of data banks for now, isn't it? Looks like we found a frozen mercury field with cinnabar ore and ice. We found an organic mass field with dirt and algae. It's not overly exciting at the moment, but we'll see what we find. Redneck can have exosuit training at last. Rowan can have building. That's fine. Why aren't we building these? We are building these, it's just taking time. Everyone's doing everything. So we should have a fair amount of squash fries now, right? So just put squash fries in the bag. And then the wire can go here. What's Lime doing? Lime is doing well, so we can make more steel in a bit. New planetoid detected. New planetoid detected. We got the Iridoni, the small irradiated swamp. So we got a cobalt volcano. We got a gold volcano. There you go. Apparently traveling to space for the gold was that easy. Oh well. Cobalt, gold, hot polluted oxygen vent, infectious polluted oxygen vent. We know we could do stuff here. I'm probably not going to bother unless we absolutely have to. Unless we're literally not producing enough metal from this asteroid. But we still need to set up the friggin' Geotuner stuff. We need to set up the phosphorus refiner machine so that we don't have to actually just keep chance boiling it against volcanoes, which is no longer efficient anyways. We'll do that one day. Can I still build the rest of this? I'm pretty sure I could still build the rest of this. Maybe not that. No, I could build that as well. Nerf gold, buff copper. Yeah. Yeah, make more Brackene and put it in here. We'll see how that goes. I do like how it has the Gassy Moo on it as the label, subtly hinting at what you're supposed to actually do for Brackene. Okay, you're here, that's good. You're ready for another one. Another one. Relocate you down here. This is going to gradually use the tallow, but not a lot of tallow. So, the other thing we could definitely actually do... Seal boiler. Where am... I think I decided I was just going to boil it against the brine. Right? This is erupting 90 degrees Celsius brine. Well, what I might actually do then is I might, for now... put this in a bit here. Let this top bit fill up with brine. Let it pour out. And then just dunk tallow into it. And then dump the biodiesel into a pit. How's our ticking time bomb doing? Our ticking time bomb is doing fine. Because we'll want to do something else with this as well anyways, but this seems like the best place to do it. In such a way that we're not heating up the biodiesel too much, and we're also not just boiling it into carbon dioxide. Right, I think I'm ready for us to build this too. Oh, whatever. I'm ready for you to do all of it. Just do all of it. Yeah, no. We know we could do the other methyl asteroid. I'm not going to do that this time. We've done it a million times before. Do I want to do any more research while we're here? We should get to the biodiesel rocket, because that requires a lot of research. It's this one here that requires 250 databanks. So we might as well get started on that. We'll probably want to do space power as well, because I imagine we're going to do a carbon dioxide rocket first. But we'll see. You've generated 102 databanks so far. Very good. It's probably actually worth teleporting you over here just so that we can do the same here, right? Maybe. Where is this? You shouldn't be overloading. Oh. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe we will do that then. Don't know why you're running. There you go, you're actually building it now. Congratulations. Right, so... these loaders should just be for edibles. Although I should make it just plume squashers really, right? Shouldn't I? So, go for that. Actually, I'm just going to put edibles because everything gets dumped in the kitchen anyways. That's fine. Okay, and then the wires have been done, so I can... yeah, I can separate these out now. Well, almost. That one can go there, that one can go there, that one can go there. That needs to go there. There you go. And then you need to be plugged in to each other. I'll set you to 24 of 1. This is just a gym. You shouldn't be running on this ever. Okay, and then we should have another guy down here. You guys need me to stop sleeping on the Critterfluxomatic. This is really, really good for specifically this case where the critter takes absolutely ages to reproduce. The other thing this is really, really good for, blums and blums, because these take ages to reproduce, and blums will solve your oxygen problems forever. So you do need to get them going quickly in a case where you're wanting to rely on them for your oxygen production. But the lum takes forever to breed and forever to lay an egg and forever for the egg to hatch. So lums and bammoths are probably the most convincing case, I think. That's good. I like it. I like it when you actually use the story trait stuff. Now, the other thing we could do is set up the carbon dioxide rocket. So that is something to consider. Let's actually put a rocket platform over here. We probably will need some data banks before we get our better rocket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we determined we can actually make this out of mercury, right? And it doesn't actually melt because it doesn't actually exchange temperature with anything. Let's find out. I think this is a run where I feel confident just finding out. You know what? I think I'll do it like this. And then the ladder can just go up here. And then it can go down here. And we'll figure out what the rest of that looks like in a bit. Get rid of the tree. Yeah, we did it. We made it to cycle 300. That's good. So now that wire is plugged in. That should actually be fine. Okay. I'm sure I'm going to find some mistake I made with the wiring at some point, but that should be ready for when the iron volcano explodes. How cold is this now? This is very cold now. Well, I hope that means the sulfur's coming out at some point. I think it does. Yeah, this is actually getting cold enough. Good. Wait. I'm a moron. This was never going to work with the sensor setup here. Because it's letting through more it's letting out more packets than are coming in with the sensor. So it's not synced up. I'm just gonna set this to the friggin' 20. Just do it. Yeah, just let out the whole packets. If the whole packets are cool enough, they're cool enough. Okay, that one definitely wasn't, though. I think at that point I should just do a shut-off, right? Let's just do a shut-off. If I was going to do this with a conveyor meter, I should have put it on a... I should have had it so it loads it straight into a conveyor meter and then recirculates it. I don't mind the sulfur just chasing around these big lumps. I think we get it out faster if we do have it on the smaller lumps. But I don't mind each lump taking a bit of time to cool down either. So, it's all much of a muchness. We can use aluminium for this because conveyor shut-offs and meters don't overheat. That is still powered in the same place. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, obviously do that at priority 9. I don't know, it seems like everything's going really well now. We have way more food than we need now. Most of it's pemmican because we have so much tallow and so much meat being produced. So that's a good sign. We have loads of oxygen. So we can just start making more dupes again, and we've actually been able to use all of that space that we had reserved for wild sleepweeds. That's good. The Regal Bammoth population is increasing. Everyone's running on the... Oh, everyone's running on this now because they're bored. They are actually bored. Okay. Is that a suit access thing? That is a suit access thing. People need more to do in here. Okay. Well... You can come get all of this. You can go... and get wrangles again. And we'll need 2 more doing. Oh, you have a regal... Oh. Oh, right, yeah. So we need Regal Bammoth eggs to go in here, if we get any. Do you still have Regal Bammoth egg chance? You do. So it looks like every time a guy eats a squash fry, they get a permanent chance to lay Regal Bammoth eggs. Interesting. I don't think that makes a huge difference, but it means for the next 200 cycles at least, we probably should have a loader in here for Regal Bammoth eggs. That seems reasonable. Although, if I'm going to put that in, that should go here. It should go on the ceiling, right? And we probably will get some regular Bammoth eggs, so we probably should separate those out as well. And then those can just go in this one. That's fine. I could actually just put the deep fryer in here again. That might make sense. Is there anything else I want people to do in here? Not really. There you go. Now your crests are growing. Good. Empty bathrooms. I see. Yes, that is the next thing to do. That is something we will do tomorrow. Is there anything else I want to actually exchange heat with? I'm not sure I even need that loop in here anymore. I probably want the bedrooms to be warm, right? That shouldn't be a controversial take. Well, then maybe what I can do is... I love how I'm just finding excuses to fill up random pipes with pea water instead of actually consuming it with literally anything. I just want to heat them. I just want to heat the dupes up. This is an ethical way of heating the dupes up. And then just set that to recirculate. So, like that. Well, like this. That's something for you to do. See, I knew I'd have something for you. Adieu, seed. I bid you adieu. Let's see, Quinn, you can have operating. Maya, you can have digging. Frankie, you are ill for some reason. There you go. Seems good. Yeah, definitely. Nobody is eating the pike apple skewers anymore. That's fine. Relocate this Bammoth in here. Then we can make a new rocket. Did we want a steam rocket yet? Probably just a CO2 rocket, right? Just for now. This will probably just be our databanks guy. I'll need the space research as well. So I'll tell you what, just do this one for now. And then I'll go ahead and get the space power. We won't do the rocket today. Looks like we've scanned the whole star map bit now. This is the Gassy Moos asteroid. I looked this up specifically to make sure it was nearby for this seed, just so that we actually get around to doing it. But that's fine. Right, you need to be set to Regal Bammoth eggs. And I want you to be priority 9 because this is going to be really annoying otherwise. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is going. Like, this run definitely hasn't been perfect, but I think we're getting stuff going to the extent that I can say I'm comfortable with how we've handled Ceres. The other thing is, so we have 9.5 tons of plastic. I think what I'm actually going to do, I know that we should probably keep the plastic tiles here for the speed bonus, the dupes. But what I'm actually going to do is we're going to give everyone wood tiles because we have 10 million tons of wood and the dupes are bored with nothing to do. And we're never going to use it all otherwise. So I'm just going to replace all the building materials with wood. And it gives a lot of decor. So we'll save this plastic because we'll probably use a lot of it when we do the insulated wire, when we hook this save up to the new update. I'm not sure how much plastic that's actually going to require. It might end up being a lot of plastic. Yeah, we have 178 tons of wood. The wood tiles are the same run speed as normal tiles. Yes, they're the same run speed as normal tiles, but they have way more decor. So I think I am comfortable with having the entire base be wood tiles. You can see how much more the game is lagging as I've slowly stacked all of these errands together. But we have so much wood, there is literally no reason for me not to do this, right? They're pretty insulating as well. Yeah, I mean, it's neither here nor there for me at this point. Our hot zone is hot and our cold zone is cold, and it's because of the insulated tiles surrounding the base, rather than anything else. There's... What is... Hello? Guys? Get in the hole. Oh, is this a case where they only get in the hole where it's speed 1? That would be very sad. Oh! No, there's too much liquid per tile because some bozo let the friggin' stuff in here. Well, I'm gonna have to deal with that then, aren't I? And that's not gonna be easy because it's all here. I guess it's all gonna end up dripping into here, right? Okay, look. Just let it all drip down here. Please. Then build that. I'm looking forward to seeing the whole map covered in wood tiles. I'll put it that way. I'll leave that. I'll leave the critter bits here. That's fine. Right, other tiles. Probably not these ones. These ones. I want to keep the airflow tiles where they are. Don't do that. Then that one can leave there. Yeah, that's used up a fair bit of the wood already. That's okay. Right, let's research space power next. And then we'll get the biodiesel engine. Yeah, I'm glad things actually seem like they're moving today. You are a Regal Bammoth. Good. How are you doing? You are a Regal Bammini. You can go in here. And then we just need one more. Oh, we need two more. So you can be yellow alerts. I think. And you need to be regular Bammoth eggs. The pipe does need to be priority 9 because otherwise our bathrooms are going to fill up. So all of the construction that's not the tiles can be priority 9. Yeah, that's okay. I think at this point I'm also just going to drywall this. We should really be using wood for the drywall. I'm gonna make it the forest drywall. Dupes deserve nice things. I think oh wow, we're actually at the point where we can re-overlay drywall. Nice. Good. Well, we'll do that at some point then as well, because that will give a lot of extra decor. Because it gives plus 50% decor to the drywall. That feels like a pretty inefficient way to use wood. But it will also give us a lot more granite if we want to feed that to people. Well, not people. I don't know. When are we getting our renewable granite source anyways, game? Come on. Right, you're in here now. We got one more guy. You can get wrangled as well. Right, this is good. I think we should end up with some gold amalgam soon. You got 71% crest growth. You got 71%. So 3 cycles. And we'll have some for the metal refinery. And then this will set to gold. And that should be all the gold we need for the Bleach Stone Hopper. Oh. What? Oh. Well, that's mildly embarrassing. Yeah, do that, please. The sulfur's all in here anyways, it's fine. It's not like this debris lump is conducting a load of heat with the oil, is it? Well, we'll see. In any case, I'm confident this isn't going to break. That's what I'm trying to say. Right, so... You're just finishing off this loop now. That should be done pretty soon. I'm very happy that our mercury plant, the way we built it this time, does not mind when we're building new pipe segments. Because we had one before where it was 50-50ing liquid pipes to manage the mercury flow rate. And every time we built a pipe segment, the 50-50 behavior went wrong. So it ended up gradually losing power as we built pipe segments, which was a really awful way of having it work. Oh, speaking of awful. No. Right. Cut. Cut. Plum. All of these. Down to these ones. We don't want mercury going into the plants, do we? Good thing we have loads of people with plumbing. I think what I'm gonna do... Let's put the pump here. Then that is gonna come down here. And then we're gonna dig this all out. I don't think I need to worry about the hydro sensor, if I'm gonna be frank. This pool is never gonna be empty. Deconstruct this one. And what else do I want you to do? Let me just dig this. And then I'll get you to dig these as well. That's probably fine. And I'm probably just going to get rid of the hydro sensor here because that's more refined method for us. Yes, good job everyone. And then I'm going to need to empty all the storages as well. It's not empty. What do I want? I don't want enter. I want... Is there a hotkey for empty storage? That is what I would like to know. No, there is not a hotkey for empty storage. That's sad. I am now very sad. Or apply to all for empty storage. No, that doesn't work either. Right, go here. Oh, you guys... You have mercury and you don't. So I don't need to worry about these. Let's actually speed 1 it while we're doing this. I am now sad. How about the plumbing icon? We just did that. Plumbing helps with the pipe, not with the empty storage on the hydroponic farm. What I should actually do is just put a filter on it to dump anything that's not ethanol. Can I be bothered though? That's the question. I think I can be. I'm not a fan of mercury in pipes. Oh, I got all over this. Okay, that's actually good. Alright, that's fine. Alright, speed up. So you guys should have plenty of errands to do now, right? Power. Power is fine, that's good. You can build this wall as well. Or build this ladder. Can you empty the polluted water here? Thank you. Right, let's go back to the biodiesel rocket research. This bites me a lot when I'm using lots of bottles. I'm just wondering if they could hack it with an automation port. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting. A lot of mercury here, isn't there? Also, the ethanol is just dripping into this bit. Oh, you know what? If we're actually going to solve this, let's just solve it properly. And, oh, all the ice is freezing in here. That's terrifying. What's going on with this random angle? That's weird. At the moment, I should probably just build a ladder here, right? I need to actually solve this, though. I mean, okay, look. If I do this now... If I do this now, that'll work for now. And then what I need to do is I need to empty this pipe as well. So go ahead and do that. Looks like almost everyone has exosuit training now. That's good. You will wander over occasionally. It just takes you time. I know you do. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. We got the last guy in here because there's 3 down here. There's rotten squash fries. Hey, we shouldn't be rotting any squash fries. How much squash fries are we making? Not a lot by the looks of it. It should be going in the conveyor. Wait. Oh, why is this full of ice? Oh. That's why. Okay, well, that actually makes sense. That was not supposed to happen. It looks like we could do with one more guy. Although, at this point, I'm... Okay, look. Right. Deconstruct that one. And then I'm going to get you to Priority 9, build this again. Please do that. I don't know, it's looking alright. I'm not that fussed. Yeah, do I care about any of this? We've got obsidian, granite, sand, sedimentary rock. I don't think I care about that, so you can just seal this event, and then I can not worry about you. It's a missed opportunity not to have a recipe that combines surf and turf and squash fries into a top-tier food. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. The food system in this game can be expanded drastically. But is there actually much of a point? I think it's probably why they haven't added a load of recipes. Like, you could totally do it. There's just, like, what benefit would the player actually have from it? Wait, why is there an egg in here? There should be an egg in here. Oh, no, it's not. It's just the setting is different. Okay, well, that's fine. Extra morale for diet variety? Yeah, but if that's it, is that actually very engaging? I almost feel like the bonus should be something other than morale. I think we need to add an actual freezer at some point. I think the plan was I was going to put one here, maybe. Why are you here? That's where the missing guy went. Also, are you guys ready? You guys are going to be ready in like 2 cycles. Sure, Morales isn't too exciting. You can turn up the difficulty gas to make it if you want. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, food variety should definitely be a thing. I agree. Looks like you're finally actually drowning someone. I'm not really convinced you're going to drown people as quickly as I would like. Well, we'll see. I need to add a few modules here, don't I? I need to add a battery. Hello? Yeah. Then add a solar panel. Then how tall can we make you? What else do I want to add? Probably an artifact module. Yeah, I don't really care about the artifacts yet. Well, maybe I should. That's pretty quick. Just get it. It's going to take us absolutely ages to do the biodiesel rocket research anyways. We did actually do it pretty quickly last time. I will admit that much. I think I'll be happy once we make just... I think I'll wrap it up once we make the first lot of gold. The dart leg. I don't think I actually want a dart leg. I don't want the chlorine. What happened? Oh. There was too much ethanol. Okay. That's fair. That's fine. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up once we get the gold. Because then, once we get the gold, then we can actually start geotuning everything here and we'll build all related builds. Also, I filled this up with some nice brine. It's not quite hot enough. Probably because it's exchanging heat with all this carbon dioxide. So I probably actually just need to put this in a properly sealed room. We're going to do the biodiesel stuff in it. We'll get that sorted out. So I still want the brine to flow out here. I just wanted to heat up the biodiesel. We'll come up with a proper plan tomorrow. I'm going to make you a priority 9 shearing thing as well. Are there any more wood tiles that we want? I don't think so. I could probably do all these Bammoth tiles as wood tiles. Is it really necessary? Probably not. Would I enjoy it? Yes. These ones could be wood tiles, I think. Frankly, we're going to run out of metal ore later. I think unless there's alveoviras at that level. I don't think I really care about it being airflow tiles. That will do. Grabbing the water from there. Yeah, this appears to be working correctly now. I've actually just put a shut-off in here and we're doing the 20 kilogram tiles. This does mean it's going to take us a while for each lump to get delivered. And each lump is kind of getting dumped in a random place. But, via these chutes, but that's fine. In any case, it means our sucrose stocks will decrease a lot less quickly than they otherwise would have. I think what I will do... I will want the tallow going in here. That's going to be quite annoying. Right. Oh my god! Okay, okay, look. Stop. Get some help. This definitely wasn't the solution. Because the mercury is just everywhere. The ice is frozen. Oh, that's why the water's this color, because it's about to freeze. Well, that works out well for us. Okay, so that... I'm just going to go down here, then. I do have to actually sort this out today as well. So let's just clear this out again. And let's just actually... What I'll do, so it's going into this bit. So if it detects anything, I think what I'll do is I'll put a big lip here. I'll put a big lip here, and then if it's anything other than ethanol, I'm just gonna dump it here. And I'll put a big ladder here as well, so we can still get through. That power wire needs to go down here too. Oh, the iron volcano is erupting again. Good. That's fine. You have been well behaved this entire time. You have been slightly less well behaved. Right, priority 9 this. And oh. I'll put the vent here. Whatever.
Thanks for the raid.
Hello, Redneck. Hope you're doing well. What are you up to today? I'll give you a shout out. I am a Reezy Gaming, me and the Funny Fish Man. We're playing some more Oxygen Not Included. We're doing Ceres. Ceres Minor, to be specific. And it's going pretty well, despite all the plants dying. The plants dying because mercury got into our ethanol pipe. All our Spigot seal ethanol is coming down here. Oh, right. All the Spigot seal ethanol is coming down here. This big thing then should be somewhere else. Because I don't think ethanol will end up at the bottom of the soup. Okay, so that will need to change. That will need to go somewhere else. Good job, guys. So that is going to go... I think in all honesty what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it go in here instead. Just doing some Dice Spit program. Still grinding that smart challenge. Yeah, how's that going? I like Dice Spit program a lot. So what we'll do instead is I'll put a block of tiles here where we can actually get in and out. And then I'll dump the liquid over here. So that can be... here. So if you detect anything that's not ethanol, then dump it first. And then that's going to go into a not gate. Right, so priority 9, that. I think set up for green science when the research gets going. 5 research to go, including mission completed. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so what we want to do on this run, we want to get to the Gassy Moos planetoid, which is here. We've actually started scanning space. We're going to do a carbon dioxide rocket just to get some more data banks. We're going to get the biodiesel engine because we have so many spigot seals. We're going to turn all that tallow into biodiesel. We finally got the Regal Bammoth crest. It is here. Oh, they dumped it. Oh, right, yeah, they dumped it on the edible chute. That's funny. It gives 22 decor because it's made of gold amalgam. You could put them on pedestals, I think. But we're going to take that and we're going to crush it in the rock crusher into gold amalgam. And that's actually going to be how we get the gold. Because then we're going to get the gold amalgam, we're going to put it in the metal refinery. And then we're actually going to have gold for our Bleach Stone Hopper down here, which is going to facilitate us geotuning all of our water geysers. We're going to geotune our brine, and we currently have been geotuning our brine by the looks of it, which we probably shouldn't have been doing yet because we've used up all our bleach stone. But we're going to do that, get it hot, and then get loads of salt out. And then we're going to boil the tallow in that to make biodiesel, because that's just the right temperature for that. It'll be 90 degrees when it's fully geotuned. We're going to max geotune this saltwater geyser to 195 degrees C. We accidentally did it earlier, and that was very fun. Brine will not get hot enough to go to steam. No, it comes out at -10, so when you max geotune it only comes out at 90 degrees C. What we do with the brine, I don't know. Maybe we'll just desalinate it, but if we need to dump coolant into anything, it's actually more effective to do a thermo aquatuner based condenser to boil it and then condense it. Finish your spawn on cycle 63. Nice. Good job. But we want the brine for biodiesel production, so I think we will just desalinate it because it will cool down as we add more tallow. That being said, we're going to produce way more brine than tallow, so maybe it doesn't actually make a difference. But this goes up to 195 degrees C. This forms a lot of steam. And then we run it through steam turbines, and that's a lot of baseline power generation for the base. And we're going to geotune this polluted water vent up here, which got covered in stuff, exactly once, so that it comes out at 55 degrees C, and then we're going to use that to feed pinch peppers. That's the plan. And all that bleach stone based geotuning is going to happen down here, because we've got so much carbon dioxide down here, the bleach stone won't off gas. But we got good news. We finally got gold amalgam. It's here. We made it ourselves. So let's put that into the metal refinery and get gold out. I'm going to turn that off. You should deliver the gold amalgam pretty quickly. But yeah, we got our Regal Bammoth population going pretty quickly because we actually just used the Cryptofluxomatic to flip over a load of regular Bammoths. Bammoths breed very slowly, and their eggs take ages to hatch. Can you melt the Bammoth crest, or must it be processed in the crusher? That's a good question. Regal Bammoth crest. I don't know. Maybe there will be one around the map. They're getting dumped over here, I believe. Well, I haven't seen it. There's the gold. We did it. We've got gold. Probably made of ooze. Yeah, I wouldn't count on being able to do anything with it. We actually have gold, which means we can now finally make bleach stone. Each lot of bleach stone takes 30 kilograms of salt and 0.5 kilograms of gold. So, yeah, when I said we don't need many Regal Bammoths to run this thing, I meant it. But we did actually need them. So we'll do this forever. Turn salt into bleach stone. And sand. It's almost as much sand as we get out of turning it into table salt. And the bleach stone is needed for geotuning. And when you geotune a brine geyser, you get way more salt into bleach stone out than you do putting into the geotuners. And obviously the geyser itself is giving you a load for free. With the saltwater geyser, each geotuner technically costs you bleach stone, even if you're taking the salt from that and turning it into bleach stone. Because it's only 7% salt instead of 30% salt with the brine. But it's still good enough because you get the base output of the geyser that you usually get some bleach stone overall total. So between the two of them, because this one is a particularly good one for geotuning because it's got a very high output, but a very low eruption period and dormant period, or an active period. So the geotuners aren't active for very long when this is erupting, which means we get more bang for our buck out of the bleach stone. So overall, they should both be profitable enough we can geotune both, and have enough bleach stone left over to geotune the polluted water vent once. And obviously, once we run out of ice for the Alveoveras, then we'll just set up a spom and we'll have plenty of water for that too. So yeah, that's what we're up to. You gonna start running now? I guess you're gonna be manually delivering salt down here for now. I think I should actually have the Regal Bammoths as a thumbnail, but we've been doing that a lot lately, so I think I'm gonna have the actual Bleach Stone Hopper instead. We're gonna get someone to load it. We're pretty much done today. It took a while just to get the Regal Bammoths sorted out and other things. We do actually have to make sure that pipe's okay. So this needs to be set to vent anything that's not ethanol. We also have a Grubgrub that's handling our guys. Oh, you need the wire doing. Okay, that needs to be priority 9 too. Yeah, get the ethanol out. Everything else that isn't ethanol gets dumped in here. And then that should eventually sort itself out. Yeah, where... Don't yellow alert this. Just to get some people to do it. Once this is actually going, we will need to just set up the geyser areas so we can get the salt put in here automatically. And probably the gold too. But yeah. There you go. Let's see how you do. Is this gonna start actually running? No, because we need to deliver the gold, right? Let's see it happen. I like how it looks like a squeaky puff. People have pointed it out before. It uses a fair bit of power as well. So I'm glad we'll be getting more power out of the saltwater geysers soon. I will select the biodiesel engine research again. We have a lot of data banks. Or we did have a lot of data banks. We still have 67. We will have to do a little bit of stuff in here. But you're not very fast. Yeah, there you go. Gonna start churning something out in a minute. Can you do it while Bert's here? Probably not. You'll see what happens in a minute. Wait for it, wait for it. There you go. He just poops out the lumps. Then we can start sending that in here. And then that can start filling up these conveyor receptacles. And then we can actually get these hooked up. Yeah, that's it. We're all done. And we'll use the gold for building maybe as well if we're really desperate. Because we'll have way more gold than we need. We'll have way more gold than we need. And if we don't need it, then we'll tell them to stop tell them to stop melting it from the gold amalgam, and we'll use the metal ore to build things. Because that might also be handy as well. And they're slowly converting the base to wood tiles because we had like 200 tons of wood lying around. That's all good. Spigot seals are starving. Well, these ones are, yes. That's fine. Shall we see how much tallow we have? Because we definitely don't need all these seals in here. I think what we will actually do is we will put the spigot seal eggs, the excess spigot seal eggs, in the brine geyser area. I think that's what we'll do. And then they'll hatch underwater, and then they'll immediately boil into tallow. What temperature do they actually melt at? Or what temperature do they take damage at? Oh, they take damage at 100°C. So that won't actually work. Dupe opens the door and gets stabbed 200 times. Yeah. Maybe not. I didn't consider that. We're still gonna... I mean, I was kind of content just to leave the guys in here hanging out and producing the tallow. But... I don't know. It seems more fun. The fan bus is having a lot of fun by the looks of it. Get him. We need these to grow again. Okay, you're ready to go then by the looks of it. So now we just plug you in here. And then we should grow all these plants again. Good. It looks like we will have enough tallow to sort out the biodiesel engine. Yeah, and you guys doing fine. You've had your regal meal. Will this actually be enough for all of these guys? I don't know. I probably should have calculated it. Probably not at the moment, because the plants aren't growing. But we can grow more if we need to. Which Brackene did we actually get in here? No, not a lot. Well, that's fine. Let's get all the plants growing again, and then we'll see what happens. You're too hot. You'll cool down once the ethanol comes in. It's fine. I definitely didn't need to dump a load of it in here. Oh, whoops. We need the bridges. There you go. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. And we're going to put the bridge on the other pipe. Because that one should load right away. There we go. Good. Okay, I'm happy with this. We actually... So, guys, are you impressed? I had an objective today. We set out and we actually did it in one stream. I feel like that hasn't happened very much recently. Good. But yeah, we have gold. We can make bleach stone reliably now. Not a lot, but probably enough to get this to run. We can mechanize everything else, and then we can actually get this sorted. I will need to put salt on this list. Let's go ahead and do that. We do have a lot of salt. The dupes just need to come down here and bring it for now. We'll sort that out later. So, tomorrow, I would quite like to get this polluted water vent running. Well, we've got to do the salt water and the bleach stone stuff. I would quite like to get the polluted water vent running. And I would quite like to set up the biodiesel production. Those are my aims for tomorrow. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I'm pretty happy otherwise. That's good. So, yeah, let me get my music on. Let me put this down. And we'll do the outro. But yeah, it's all going well. The fish are happy as well. If you're still here from Rednecks or Codeman's 9000's raids earlier, thanks very much for hanging out. I do appreciate your company. Feel free to follow me. If you're not already following me, you'll get notifications when I go live. We usually play Oxygen Not Included on weekday evenings from 7:30 till 10:30. I will be around tomorrow and hopefully Tuesday. And then I'm on holiday. Right when the DLC comes out. I'll be back on the 20th, which is my birthday. And we'll start playing Frosty Planet Pack. But we will keep doing this save as well. We will do it in parallel. Maybe we'll do alternating weeks. Maybe. Or maybe we'll do alternating days. I don't know. All the VODs go on YouTube. We upload everything on there. I'm kind of hoping to do a video on Cryptomorphs as well. But I'm not sure I'm going to have time to do that before I go on holiday. So maybe that'll have to come later. But there's also a Discord where we hang out and we talk about Oxygen Oxygen and other games. There was actually something on there I was supposed to show you. So let me just find it. There's a link. Okay. It was the Compendium of Amazing Designs. There's something about electrolyzers. Rodriguez, the Half Rodriguez. There's a lot of links. But basically, yeah, someone posted a link about lots of different electrolyzer setups. Unfortunately, I'm in the UK, so I can't view IMGUR images. So, yeah, that's fun. But it's on the Discord if you want to go have a look at it. I will have a look at it later. But yeah, let's go raid someone. Let's keep the raids going. Oh, I'm glad we're making progress again. I think I can definitely say I'm happier with this run than I was with the previous run now. Let's go raid Echo Ridge Gaming, because we haven't said hi in a while. I wonder what they're up to these days. I bet they're playing the DLC on the beta. Maybe not. We'll see. Oh, they're doing Series 2. Oh, fantastic. They're on cycle 324. Let's compare where they are compared to Echo Ridge. Alright, let's go. Take care, everyone. Send fishy emotes. Send fishy emotes. Bye for now.